Greetings, supersonic warriors. Duuz-Diz-Din, back at it again with IDW's Sonic the Hedgehog. Previously, with Surge finally dealt with, Surge and Kid escaped, and Sonic and Eggman going their separate ways, the question of the battleground that Sonic had to deal with on several occasions, the Eggperial City, comes up. Wanting to get an understanding of exactly what they're dealing with, Jewel asks Sonic to go along with Tangle, Whisper, and Lanolin, who has definitely moved up in the ranks of the Restoration, to go in and scope things out, with Tangle suggesting that their team be called the Diamond Cutters, which, Whisper has a few issues with her not really picking up on why Whisper would have a problem with any of that. Speaking of problems, Sonic and Tangle are very impulsive, while Whisper and Lanolin are very analytical. It's a clashing of a bit of the old ideals, but they do manage to get in further and further, finding that the city seems to be growing, repairing itself, and altogether just creepy. As they make their way further and further into the bowels of the city, they find that the city has been mining the resources from up underneath it on the sly. But things get a little crazy as badniks start to swarm, and one of those weird teleportation portals start chasing them. The same at that weather tower that sent Sonic, Tails, and Amy to that testing ground. Sonic does his best to try to get the girls out of there, but just as they almost escape, all but Sonic are pulled into another dimension? I don't know. Now all alone and surrounded, Sonic could use a little backup. Hopefully it'll be enough to help him rescue the girls. So what'll happen next? Join me as I find out, won't you? I gotta tell ya, it's nice to see a Tracy Yardley cover. I keep hoping IDW Sonic will have its own version of Sonic Universe. I mean, I know we get the miniseries and all that, but I would love just to have a consistent ongoing side story, you feel me? Regardless, looks like Tails and Amy to the rescue. Alright, this story is by Ian Flynn, Mr. Flynn. Art by Thomas Roethlisberger, which was quite a bummer since, man, Adam Bryce Thomas's pencils was really killing it last issue. Colors by Matt Herms? Oh, Herms, you're back, buddy. Oh, nice. Used to read his webcomic back in the day. Jeez, that was like 20 years ago. Almost. I'll make you older than you are. Letters by Sean Lee. Editors Riley Farmer and David Marriott. Now we got the roll call. Sonic the Hedgehog, the Blue Blur, fastest thing alive. Oh, there's a lot of characters in this one. Tangle the Lemur, excitable hero. Diamond Cutter. Huh, we're really sticking with that name. Okay. Whisper the Wolf, silent sniper. Diamond Cutter. Lanolin the Sheep, woolen warrior. Diamond Cutter. Amy Rose, hammer-swinging heroine, restoration ally. Former leader after the buck was passed to her, then she passed the buck to Jewel. Miles Tails per hour, tech-savvy sidekick. High-flying genius. And since we had that annual that showed them finally being shepherded to a more permanent position in Sonic's world and timeline, Silver the Hedgehog, young psychic hero, friend from the future. Blaze the Cat, fire-powered princess, friend from another dimension. We pick up in the Eggperial City where Sonic is doing what he does best, smashing Badnik, saying, I know attacking me is kinda your thing, but can you give me 2 minutes? My friends are in trouble. Our Sonic goes racing off, being chased down. Ooh, but suddenly, the Badniks are stopped by a psychic ability. Ooh, we see them being condensed all together. Ooh, and them heels. Blaze lights up all the Badniks as Silver makes sure that Sonic is, not in the line of fire. And on top of that, we have Tails and Amy going at it with an egg pawn, with a little assist from Sonic. And as Sonic dusts himself off, he says, oh, hey guys, come here often? I gotta admit, I'm loving these pencils. Amy checks on Sonic saying, Jewel told us you called for backup. Are you hurt? Sonic says, nah, I'm fine. But I do appreciate the help, guys. Sorry to make you work on your vacation, Blaze. Blaze says, think nothing of it. I would never turn a blind eye to villainy. And Silver says, and I'm just happy to have some direction. This has been something that Ian has been lobbying for a while, and that's just to kind of get more of an excuse to get Silver and Blaze in the mix a little bit more often, instead of constantly having an excuse of, oh, the Soul Emeralds have pulled me here. Oh, there's danger in the future. Tails questions, this is the sort of thing Lanolin organized the Diamond Cutters to handle. I thought they were with you. Man, does everyone know they're called the Diamond Cutters? Jeez, that name spread like wildfire. Sonic says they were. Let me get you up to speed. We found out Eggman's city is auto-building itself by strip mining the earth below. We got ambushed, and the team was caught up in the same kind of trap as the ones we ran into with Eggman's tower base thingy. Tails, why are you holding that lance? You've been holding it for like multiple panels now. Are you taking that lance in a battle? Tails questions, do we have time for Blaze to return home? She could use the Soul Emeralds to cross dimensions and rescue them. Blaze explains, that won't work. The Soul Emeralds can only transport me between your world and my own. I'm glad we've kind of addressing that situation. Silver adds, and I can't freely time travel. Just try to get all those options off the table. Blaze says, I think it best we find a solution in the here and now. Amy questions, so the only way we can rescue them is with Eggman's tech? Tails, still with that lance, dusting it off, says, right, which I'm pretty sure I can use if I can access it, but I can't make promises. I think I need to access one of those crystals. I've got a feeling if that's the key to everything here. Yeah, I've been wondering about those crystal structures all across the Eggperial city. Like, what the dealio? And everyone races off in their action poses as Sonic says, then let's not keep them waiting. Come on, guys, let's clear the way for Tails. Let's do it to it. Oh, we then see Tangle waving at the group as they go running off, as she screams, no, come back, we're right here. They're not in another dimension. They're, what, out of phase with this plane of reality? Weird. Tangle screams, we can't fight badniks, we can't talk to anyone. Walking around feels like I'm gonna float away like a soap bubble. This sci-fi whatever stinks. And we see Lanolin in a bit of a fetal position while Whisper is just scoping things out. Tangle heads over to Lanolin and says, come on, boss lady, we need a plan. Lanolin sulking, saying, I'm not the boss. Tangle leans down, saying, sure you are. You organized the team. This was your mission. You're totally the team leader. I can't be because... Come on now, let's be serious. Dang. And Whisper is more of the complete the mission type. I'm sorry, I love that comment. It's like, I can't be because... Come on now, let's be serious. Like, that's not even an option. But Lanolin's still sulking with her head in her knees, saying, I don't think I'm cut out for this. And then Tangle asks, then why did you even form the team? Lanolin says, desperation? Oh, okay, a full-on backstory. It's weird having someone other than Adam drawing her. She says, alluding to issue 2, thank you, editor box, when her village was being attacked by that giant crab bot. When the badniks attacked my home, I was terrified. I never wanted to feel so helpless or unprepared again. I didn't want anyone to have to feel that way. But now here we are. I'm not prepared to deal with this. This mission is an utter failure, and it's all my fault. Man, heavy dose of imposter syndrome there, girl. Tangle cozies up to Lanolin with her tail, saying, first off, we failed together. It was a team effort. Oh my god. I love you, Tangle. Lanolin says with the most understandable look ever. Strangely, that doesn't make me feel any better. But Tangle goes on saying, secondly, take it from someone who's slingshot herself off cliffs once or thrice. It's okay to make mistakes. Jules carried me out of some bad situations in the past, and you've got a team that can help you out of this one. We'll walk away from this a little smarter, a little more experienced, and with a great story to share back at Restoration HQ. Ever the optimist. As Lanolin slowly picks herself up, she questions, how can you be so sure? Tangle springs up saying, because we're the Diamond Cutters. We are awesome and we never give up. Right, Whisper? And Whisper turns to her with her mask on and, Oh boy. Whisper simply asks, why? Tangle goes over to her saying, why what? Whisper asks, why diamond cutters? My team, my friends, what I lost. Lanolin kinda pokes her head over to Tangle and says, wait, lost? When Tangle said former team, I thought you meant they disbanded after the war. And I get the feeling it kind of dawned on Tangle. Took her a while, but finally dawned on her how insensitive that kinda was. Whisper explains to Lanolin, no, they were betrayed, destroyed. Tangle hides behind her tail, mumbling, I wanted. Whisper says, just say it. Tangle, wiping away the tears in her eyes, says, I'm sorry. I didn't think of it like that. Your old teammates were such close friends. They were so cool and competent. I wanted that for us, so we wouldn't drift apart again. Yeah, I figured it was a very misguided compliment. You get this shot of Whisper thinking about everything that's happened. I'm guessing when Mimic escaped and Tangle asked Whisper, but you just got here. And Whisper saying, your place is with the Restoration, mine isn't. And when Whisper got the Wisp stolen from her, telling Tails I need them back. And when Belle was helping her saying thank you. Oh, okay, so we're seeing when she did get the Wisp back and she did end up in the hospital after getting beaten down by Surge. The Tangle is bawling her eyes out saying, I was caught up in the moment, I'm so sorry. Lanolin says to Whisper, we can always change the team name. But Whisper holds out her hand while Tangle is still a sobbing mess. I love how Lanolin went from, kind of patting Tangle on the back a little to just like, ew. Whisper takes off her mask saying, my old team, we were there for one another. Our Wisp, they're here for me now. And even though I've tried to walk away, everyone has been there to support me. Sonic, Tails, Belle, you. The only person not trying to help everyone is me. Yeah, this has kind of been a long time coming of Whisper's constant need to walk away from everyone when they'd rather her not just up and disappear, While Tangle is still drowning in her misery, Lanolin approaches Whisper saying, I don't know the whole story, but if you were betrayed, I'd understand having trouble trusting others again. Whisper says, with the blue cube wisp popping out because he knows who you're talking about, says, no, one person hurt me. One person took my friends from me. Not you, not the Restoration, just him. I can't let him take this from me too. I can't. I won't let his fear poison me anymore. I am sorry. I've been a bad friend and a bad teammate. It will take some time to fully move on. May I ask that you be patient with me? Lanolin says, I can be if you'll be patient with me being bossy and inexperienced. And Tangle, through her tail, says, and as Whisper pulls down Tangle's tail, she says, thanks, I said. Whisper says, I know. I can, I will. Whisper shakes Lanolin's hand, saying, we can remain the Diamond Cutter. They would be honored to have inspired us to continue their cause. Lanolin says, the honor is all ours, thank you. With Tangle getting very excited. It's funny too, because I heard a theory once that people thought that Lanolin here was Mimic in disguise, and man, wouldn't that be something? That would be so messed up. Tangle comes in for a big old group hug, saying, yeah, the cool friends doing what's right no matter what. Lanolin, nonplussed by the hug, says, okay, but there's going to be a hard limit on the number of group hugs. Whisper says, agreed. Tangle hugs even tighter, saying, fine, then I'm making this one count. Lanolin then asks Whisper, how would your old team handle something like this? Was there a chain of command, or? Whisper explains, no chain. We relied on one another's expertise. In this case, we'd ask Claire for insight. If she saw nothing, I'd be asked to scout the area. Tangle said, well, none of us are psychic, so I guess you're scouting for us? Lanolin thinks to herself, no, not just Whisper. Lanolin pulls out her rhythm with Maggie, saying, we can barely interact with the tangible world. That means no badniks can attack us and we can bypass security. We can all scout the city, extra quick. And once Sonic and the others return us to normal, we'll have all the intel ready for them. Hey, that is actually a good plan. I mean, you've been given a pretty interesting opportunity. You're technically not in any danger as far as you know, so use this to the best of your ability. Tangle slides in saying, sounds like you've got a plan there, boss. Lanolin says, it's a direction at least, as Maggie points them in a direction. Whisper says, let's head to the central control tower. It will have the most crucial resources. Oh, that's a hell of a splash page. Yo! Lanolin cries out, alright, let's go, diamond cutters. Everyone strike pose. Gotta love this addition to the wiki. Meanwhile, in the city but on another plane of existence, we have Blaze dodging laser fire as Sonic baps a badnik while Blaze fire tornadoes into one. Suddenly the badnik is pulled down by Silver's telekinesis while Amy comes in with her big old mallet and smashes its head right off. You knocked my block off. Amy gives Tails a thumbs up saying, we'll keep you covered. Tails heads to the control panel saying, I'll try to be quick. He opens up the access panel while everyone else continues to bash some badniks. While Tails jerry-rigs a connection to his Miles electronic. Ooh, that's a cool attack. Silver's using Sonic as like this orbital ball of death while Tails is accessing the panel. Ooh, in comes one of the big old egg pawns with the hammer. Tries to bring it down on the group, but it's stopped by Silver's telekinesis, and everyone just goes all in on the badnik. Oh snap. So its hammer lands in front of Amy. Amy looks at her hammer, then looks back at the other hammer with a smile on. Oh my god. He's got this wicked smile that says, Silver, give me a boost. And she yells, everybody get back. Sonic smiles at what he sees. Blaze is in shock by what she sees, and Silver is just doing his best as the big old badnik is taken off guard as Amy brings down the hammer from the badnik right on top of its head with a little help from Silver. Biggest Pico sound possible. Silver turns to Amy saying, you did most of that. How? Sonic high-fives her saying, 'cause she's awesome. Amy, obviously exhausted, says, thanks. Tails turns to Blaze saying, aw, did I miss something cool? Blaze simply says, we've stemmed the tide of attackers for now. Have you found anything? Tails explains, yes, the giant crystals sticking out all over the city. They're actually giant fake Chaos Emeralds. Oh, geez, there's a lot of them. Blaze questions, the doctor can replicate them that easily? Tails explains, yes, but they're cheap replicas. They have the same wavelength and properties, but they're woefully underpowered in comparison. On the other hand, they're still more potent than the Chaos Drives and Power Cores he's used in his machines in the past. I say to hell with you people who put down Ian and his references. I love his references. Sonic looks up at the giant gems saying, so did he grow them this big just to be gaudy, or? Tails says, it's to increase their power output. Eventually, it justifies the cost of creating them, but at a tremendous cost to the environment. We really into the sad AM-ish. Eggman causing irreparable harm to the environment? Oh, what a novel concept. Sonic says, got it. Bust the crystals, bust the city. Let's go get that hammer again. Silver says, ooh, can I do it myself this time? Amy says, sure, I'm still catching my breath. Tails shouts, no, that's a bad idea. Blaze questions, honestly, shattering something as powerful as an emerald, what are you thinking? He's probably thinking, it happened in Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2. Tails shows Silver and Amy the Miles electronics saying, that would blow up the city block along with us, and then the city would devour even more land to rebuild itself. Sonic shrugs, so what? We trash the entire city by ourselves? Blaze says, you can't think that's remotely possible. Sonic says, I'm just tossing ideas out there. Tails shows off the crystals power the regional city growth, but they're all empowered by the command tower. Sonic says, that seemed like where Eggman was calling the shots from the last time we were here. So let's go knock it down and unplug this whole mess. And as they race off, Tails explains, after I use its controls to reverse the energies trapping our friends. Sonic, obviously offended that Tails makes it seem like he forgot, says, well, yeah, that was implied. Silver teases Sonic, saying, this needs a delicate touch, Sonic. Sonic smiles, oh, you like you're one to talk. But Sonic thinks to himself, Lin was right. This is a lot easier with help. Doing things solo is still fun, but doing it as a group is also. He's interrupted by a massive explosion going off in the distance. What's going on there? Amy turns to Blaze, saying, what was that? Tails flies Sonic up as Sonic says, you guys keep heading for the tower. We'll check it out. Uh-oh. Did someone arrive? Is it Team Dark? As they stand on a rooftop of one of the buildings in the city, Sonic questions, did Jules say she was calling in more help? Tails says, not that I know of. Sonic questions, so who's joined the party? As another explosion goes off and they look down to see... Yes! I get the $1 million prize! It's Team Dark! And they are just... wrecking the place. Next time, Team Dark joins the fray. See, I was wondering, because I'm just like, they seem a little too easy right now. We need a complication. Team Dark coming in, wrecking all kinds of the stuff, and, putting at jeopardy them potentially getting the diamond cutters out of, limbo. Things got complicated. But I love this. This is fun. Look, all you need is to include, one more team to really make things chaotic. Like the Chaotix, and we might have another Treasure Team Tango situation going on. I love when Ian just writes chaotic situations in comics, where it's just now this character shows up, now this character shows up, now this team shows up, now that team shows up. Just chaos and pandemonium, mass hysteria, dogs and cats living together. It's always a fun time. Oh, that's a really nice cover, too, for the next issue. It's interesting, too, because they keep, really advertising that Amy and Tails are here, completely downplaying the fact that Silver and Blaze are here, and now Team Dark. It's kind of weird, but fun nonetheless. I can't wait to see what other chaos erupts from all of this. I'm glad that Tangle and Whisper could hash things out. It has been a long time coming for Whisper to start to kind of move on from what happened with the Diamond Cutters. And the idea of working as a team, working as a group, having a bit of cohesion. It is a little odd to have Sonic kind of only now realizing the real superpower of teamwork. But he does tend to go things solo more often than not. Even going to Sonic Heroes, it was more on a whim that he got Tails and Knuckles' help. Kinda treated like an over-glorified road trip. But this is him really seriously considering, teams are alright. They make things a lot more fun and snappy and witty. Got that banter going on with the boys and girls. And it really was fun seeing these guys team up. Just bashing Badnik. Although now things go from fun to harrowing because Shadow's not gonna listen and neither is Omega. Rouge will passingly listen, but just let Rouge and Omega just do their thing, cause why stop them? What? Your friends are trapped and you wanna delicately do this so things are done properly? Sounds like too much work. Although technically, get in one more character and, you've essentially got the same amount of characters as Sonic Heroes. You got the Diamond Cutters, you got Sonic, Tails, and Amy, then Blaze and Silver. They would need another person to make a group for them, and then Team Dark. Lots of fun, lots of excitement. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss out on more Sonic the Hedgehog. And until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I'll catch you later. Take care. Bye-bye.